Okay, so this will be the first full video that is just my Stalker playthrough, because unlike the previous time I tried to play Stalker, this time I didn't start in the middle of a wolf pack. Yay! There's a chance I might be able to actually survive long enough to hit, goal is get close to 100 days, or if I get bored, 50. So in case you missed the intro video, this is Stalker playthrough. I started in a random location, and I won't be using any cheats, so no exploits, no fires to scare bears away while I shoot them, nothing that is a current exploit of the game. So the deaths are real. Hopefully I won't die, but we'll see. This is the longest I've been able to successfully play Stalker, and one thing I've noticed right away is the loot tables are much worse in Stalker than they are in the other versions of the game. However, I'm not doing that bad at the moment. Do a little journal entry. Started in the mountains, next to a cave entrance. Actually a mine entrance, next to a mine entrance. I was able to scavenge some supplies from the mine to augment the meager ones I started with after the crash. I was able to find a knife and some clothing. Hopefully, this will help me survive. I figured the easiest way to recap the previous video is just to do a note on basically what happened last time. Leaving the mines, I was able to find a small settlement. There wasn't much left, but I was able to find a place to rest and some shelter, and some food and shelter. Okay, we're now all caught up on what happened last time. We have 3 hours of daylight left. We're getting quite tired, we're kind of exhausted, and there's wolves outside. But that's okay, so we're not quite dead. Too bad I can't tear up that carpet. So what are we gonna do? Get lost, apparently. It's so dark. There we go. Easiest thing to do is hope that wind's not too bad. My computer seems really jittery for some reason. As long as the wolf's not immediately outside, we're in a settlement, there's a bridge in the settlement. We're going to cross to the other side. Because as long as there's no wolves, I'm just going to risk it. I don't see any wolves. Pleasant Valley is actually my favorite map, because I've spent the most days surviving here. All the few times, oh, there's wolves down there. Even though there's not that much on this map as far as human settlements and loot locations go, it is a map that I know quite well because I spent so much time on it. Because I like to play this game for hunting and fishing, and although it's difficult to get to the ice fishing huts, the storm is getting quite bad. Although it's difficult to get to the ice fishing huts, there's lots of opportunity. Oh, I thought the other one was a rural store. Okay, we'll come back to the rural store after we take a look at that house. Even though it's very difficult to get to the ice fishing huts, so you can't really ice fish that much on this map, it is fairly easy to avoid the wildlife because it's such a wide open area. You can see bears and wolves from a long way away. I can't see anything, so I think I'm actually going to waste some more lantern fuel just to make sure that I can get everything possible out of this location. Holy cow, look at that! The magnifying lens! Sweet! Usually I'm totally unable to find these. So the magnifying lens is one of the few ways in the game. Good thing I turned my lantern on. I would never have found that otherwise. Magnifying lens is one of the few ways in the game where you can make fire without needing matches. Oh, I shouldn't have picked those up. Crap. Okay, well. Basically, as soon as you pick up an item, it starts degrading, so I would have been better off leaving that there and then come back to it later. But, oh well, what's done is done. We'll see if there's anything out back. Hopefully not a wolf, but we'll see. But essentially, as long as it's a sunny day outside, you can use the magnifying lens to start fires, so that even long beneath there's something inside. So even long after you run out of matches, you'll still be able to light fires, and as long as you can light a fire, you can get water and stay warm. So if you're going for one of those, I actually have a lot of food, so I'm going to leave all this stuff right here. Because, like I just said, as long as you don't touch it, I'll refill my lantern first, actually. As long as you don't touch it. Wow, that's a lot of fuel. You will always, the items don't decay and they'll just stay here more or less indefinitely. So we got lots of food. I'm looking mainly for candy bar, okay. I'm looking mainly for a whetstone, or a gun, or a hatchet, or anything of that nature. I will take the herbal tea though, because I really like herbal tea. And the sewing kit, because the sewing kit should only degrade on use. Oh, what's this? Bandage? We'll take a bandage. Can never have enough of those. Oh, there's a back door. Wonder what's out here. Oh, maybe something good. Probably nothing. Hopefully not something bad. Nope. There's nothing out here. Ooh, art. We'll leave the coffee there. We'll leave the tomato soup there. Nothing in the microwave. I can probably just turn my monitor brightness settings way up high, but I feel it kind of defeats the spirit of the game. So unfortunately, even though this was a good area, we weren't able to find what I really need, which is a hatchet. Because I want to be able to start like long-term survival. We're going to need some way to make weapons to defend ourselves. What am I doing in this menu? Oh boy. Okay, let's take a look at, can we fix anything? Repair 30%, requires cured leather. Oh, these are way better than my gloves. Switch to mittens. We're going to harvest these useless pair of shoes.
God, I have never been so hungry in my life.
Don't worry, it'll get worse. We're going to, well, we got a 60% chance of success, so we'll roll the die and hope we succeed. We did not succeed. We'll try again. Ah, for crying out loud. Well, that sucks. We wasted 2 cured leather. One annoying thing is that you don't gain repair skill or any skills on failure. Oh, you only get 1 leather from basic boots? Let's see if we can repair this.
I will die if I don't get food soon.
You're fine. Okay, so the thing that's not super critical, we were able to repair. Let's try repairing our ski jacket as well. Who knows? We might get lucky. Okay, so as you notice in the lower corner, we're now exhausted and starving. So let's fix the starvation. Make sure we don't die of thirst. And we'll sleep till the morning. It seems that a storm's blown in, so hopefully it'll be gone by the morning. See, I'm starving again, but I'm not terribly worried. I'm hoping to explore more today, so I am going to eat a little bit. Oh, that weather sounds terrible. See, the downside is if you go outside in bad weather, it destroys your clothing. So we'll see how bad this weather actually is, and if it's really terrible, we'll just have to stay inside and keep sleeping. Load! Yay, okay, we're staying inside. Well then. That was unfortunate. Fortunately, we are in a store, but oh, did it just end? Hey, it just ended. Or at least my timer is no longer showing question marks, so let's see if it's actually ended or if it's just abated. Okay, so the weather's bad, but not so bad that we can't move. Like, this is not good for our clothing. But the nice thing is the animals shouldn't be out in this crud. You can see right over there is a wolf. Since there is a wolf there, I'm just going to stay inside for another hour. Make sure the storm is well and truly past. And then we'll go out and actually try to survive. Because we are in a situation where just trying to get rid of my crappiest stuff first on the off chance I get food poisoning. We are in a situation where we can fight a wolf and live. In fact, we'd probably do quite well if we fought a wolf. Because we, fortunately, in the mine, were able to find a hunting knife. So, as long as we have that hunting knife, we should be able to kill the wolf before it kills us. Especially since, unlike speedrunners and some people who plays, I'm going to try to always keep my condition at 100%. Whether I succeed is something else entirely, but our goal is to try to play this. So Stalker is the hardest of the 3 difficulties currently in the game, and my goal with this playthrough is to try to pretend at least to be to like do what a normal person would do in this situation. So not deliberately starve themselves, for instance. Try to maintain full health. Now this will make the game actually a lot harder, because one of the major exploits is starvation hibernation, where you deliberately eat very, very little food, because you can get away with basically eating nothing. So then what you do is you don't eat anything, do whatever you want. You have maybe 2 days of activity, maybe 3. And then when you get down to 30 or 40%, you eat a deer steak. The deer steak is the almost exact number of calories you need, and sleep for I think it's 9 hours, and you go back to 100% health. So as long as you have a bed, oh, rabbits. So as long as you have a bed, you can just continually starve yourself, sleep, starve yourself, sleep, starve yourself, sleep, and get really, really long into the game without actually doing much of anything. Because the sandbox has been live for about 1.5 years now. I've mostly played on Voyager because I just prefer Voyager. I enjoy... Is that wolf going to charge all the way over here, or is he going after that rabbit? Yep, wolf's going after the rabbit. What I enjoy is the exploration aspect of these games. So, playing on Stalker and having it being extra difficult as far as animals coming after you to kill you is not something I really go out of my way to find, because I'd rather have a game that's challenging but has lots of opportunities to explore. So the reason why we're doing things differently this time, Contemplation Bridge, is, well, I have been playing the game for well over 1 year now. I'm not really interested in... Oh hey, we should go down there and get some bulrushes, some food and tinder plugs. Especially since there doesn't look like there's anything that can eat us here right now. Try to avoid getting a sprained ankle. Ooh, that's way too steep a drop. That's more manageable. Oh, thank goodness we didn't break our legs. That I have been playing the game for 1.5 years. There's lots of challenges posted on the forums for the game, such as how fast can you go? Ooh, forgot how cold it was. Let's try to avoid getting hypothermic out here. One of the challenges is how fast can you traverse from...
So cold. So cold.
We should be okay. Hopefully, in theory. For instance, how fast can you traverse from the lowest point in the map to the tallest point in the map? So from Desolation Point's lighthouse to Timberwolf Mountains, the top of Timberwolf Mountain summit. So, again, those challenges are interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's just so many people have been doing them for so long that there's already like optimized strategies for how you should go about accomplishing that. As you can see, my stats are steadily dropping now because I'm freezing to death. So we're going to go inside this car and see if this car will keep us warm. Hopefully it will. Because if this car will keep us warm, we'll just have a 1 hour nap. Feels like -7. We are still going to freeze to death, so we'll loot this car while we're here. Sweet. We're very lucky there'll be a gun on the back seat. There is not a gun on the back seat. Gosh darn. Okay, so that's where we're headed. The barn. And hopefully we get there before we freeze. So I don't want to get hypothermic. Not so much because the hypothermia will kill us. I want to avoid hypothermia because if we get hypothermic, we have to stay indoors for 12 hours. And that's just not fun. Oops. Okay, we're running. Did he see us? Nope, not yet. We're just going to sprint and hope that wolf did not see us. Inside we go. We have found the barn. I forgot how dark it was. We are no longer freezing to death. This is good. We should actually, we don't need tools. There's a fire barrel in here. Actually, if we break this down, it'll warm ourselves up, and we'll also get some more firewood. So there should be a fire barrel. Ah, here we go. Practice our fire lighting skills. 66% chance of success. I do have accelerant that would greatly increase our chance of success. But I don't really want to use the accelerant. Eee. I don't really want to use our accelerant. Because if we're in a situation where it's the middle of a blizzard, we're freezing to death, and we find a sheltered cove, and the only thing that will keep us alive is a fire, I want to make sure I have a bottle of lighter fluid so I can make sure that fire starts going fast. Should also pick up more sticks. Sticks are easier to light than reclaimed wood. Sweet. Wonderful fire. We will quickly put on some reclaimed wood. Coal cannot be added until it's burning for 23 minutes. There we go. So rather than use our limited amount of lantern fuel, we'll just walk around with this torch. Let's see, don't need those, don't need those. Hoping to find a hatchet, ideally, or a rifle. I'll take either one. Fortunately, this game is not always in the habit of giving you what you ask for. Sweet. Already have one though, but good to know that there's a second. Ah, gotta stop doing that. Okay, we got another chance to repair our boots. That's good. Oh, is that a bullet? That's a bullet. Bullet! Come on. Also, actually, there's usually lots of good stuff in the barn. As you've probably been able to guess. But I would really like to have a pry bar. How are we doing on medicines? Okay, we're gonna see if we can find some pain pills. I need my codeine.
No,
Oh, sweet.
could end up being useful.
I guess I lied. Sometimes the game gives you exactly what you want. What it wouldn't give for a pry bar. Hey, Flintstone. Ta-da. This barn is actually my second favorite place to camp on this map. At least I don't have to worry about wolves in the immediate future. We got lots and lots of flares now. Great, but don't really need it. It's awesome, we have a pry bar now. Hey, an arrowhead. So we'll keep that on the off chance we can make arrows sometime soon. The reason why this map is this particular location is nice, so you can sleep in the truck. You've got a workbench right here. And everything else you need to so you have a workbench, a place to sleep, and a fire barrel for cooking. So it meets the minimum requirements for a really good base camp, because it provides you with shelter, tools, and a way to heat and cook food. Sweet, I don't think I have one of those. Take a look at her clothing. She'll upgrade to slightly better boots. Let's wait until after we do some cooking before I waste time on that. Heavy wool sweater, thin wool sweater. We'll definitely upgrade to the heavy wool sweater. Because I like his wind chill bonus. Okay. Now, has this fire been burning long enough for us to add coal? Sweet. Should be enough to melt 3 liters of snow. Oh, I should put my torch out. And actually, we're going to add another coal. And using, we're actually going to take another torch out of the fire. Because I don't really have a use for coal, but I do have a lot of use for torches. So now we turn 3 heavy pieces of coal into 2 far more useful pieces of torches. And we've also got our nice fire going here. And I'm debating if I want to brew up, if I want more water, if I want to start brewing coffee and whatnot. 3 hours of daylight left. Let's go for another liter or so. So it'll probably be a good idea to have some coffee, so that if I'm running from, if I'm getting exhausted and I need to run somewhere, I'll be able to have the coffee and get that boost. And the herbal tea will be nice as well. Huh. Fire out yet? No, not quite. Yes, I want to...
Probably useful.
I want to go exploring a little bit more, and having a torch makes that easier. Let's see what's bed of this pickup truck. Just let that burn out slowly. Can't remember if you can actually repair... Nope, you cannot repair pry bars. So we're going to take a quick walk outside with our... Wait, why am I walking outside when I'm over encumbered? That's just foolish. So we're going to go back inside, dump all our stuff, and since we have a torch to keep us moderately safe, drop. Drop. All. Drop, 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 drop. So many boots. Okay, that's better. Should probably put that in a container, but that'll come later. Now, since we have this torch, if a wolf comes up to us, we'll just scare it away. Nothing in here of any value. Ooh, scrap metal. Good, we can repair our lantern now. I don't see a wolf around here. So we shall quickly... Signal Hill. If we're lucky, we'll be able to find a rifle in Signal Hill. Or a hatchet, since we weren't able to find either in the barn. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain about knowing there's another knife there. So that means I can go longer without needing to use my whetstone. Yes, I will take accelerant, thank you. Fortunately, there's nothing really else here for me. Unless there's something in the secret area? Nope. Ooh, sticks. No sign of that wolf that was out there earlier. Of course, I was inside for quite a long time. One thing I'd love to be able to make right now is gut. Pardon me. One thing I'd love to be able to make right now would be some snares to start hunting for rabbits. But there are none to be had. Oh, cool! So people are complaining about the archery being really difficult, so... Break an arrow. Ooh, crap. So this is one of the archery targets they added into the game, so that you can practice with the bow, which we will definitely do once we eventually are able to make a bow, so that we can higher likelihood of hitting something when we're finally hunting with the bow. Benefit of the bow over the gun. Bow is less accurate and has much less range than the gun. However, the bow, again, you can make out of renewable materials. And more importantly, well, the animal will still eventually die even if you just hit it with a bow. But the bow is much lighter. So the gun is something... The gun is either 6 or 8 kilos. So when your entire carry weight capacity is only 30, that's all the food and water, etc. Having used almost a 30 carrying capacity for a rifle and ammunition
I think I need to lay down.
is not something everyone wants to do. So we'll come back to that reclaimed wood, because it's just about nighttime. You can see we're exhausted, but now would be a good time to muck around with trying to figure out what, if anything, we're going to repair. So we're going to... I thought we had cured leather. Oh, I dropped it on the ground. So this is why you usually put everything into containers,
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
because otherwise you won't be able to find it. I think that's everything I dropped. Okay. So we're going to put some stuff in here at least. We need the scrap metal. We can dump all of that. We can dump one of we'll keep the newsprint. We'll dump those because we don't need them, but they're still 100% condition, so there's no sense in harvesting them. And we'll also do the same for these boots. Insulated boots are the second best boots in the game. Second only to the homemade deer boots, like the rawhide deer boots. So any of our clothing here that we might be able to use later if our clothing gets wrecked by a wolf, or hopefully not, but in case it gets wrecked by a bear, we'll just keep it here, so that if need be we can come back to it later. Okay. So now, because we're just going to sleep on the front seat of this truck, but first, before we go to bed, we're going to try fixing stuff. Pity we don't get a bonus to repair, since we have the quality tools. No dice. We'll try again to repair these boots. Oh, I think it's gonna work. Sweet. 100% boots. See, what I'm trying to do is, my clothing right now sucks. I'm only getting 9 degrees of heat from it, and 4 degrees of wind chill bonus, so that's not a lot. Once you get, once you find the best versions of all the clothing, you should be able to get close to 10 degrees of wind chill, and somewhere between like 15 and 20 for clothing bonus. So you can basically go outside and do whatever you want, and unless it's a blizzard, in which case, what on earth are you doing outside in a blizzard? You should more or less be okay. Actually, I'm gonna just quickly check the achievements. We can come back to that later. I think there's an achievement if you go a certain number of days without hunting anything. Okay. So before we tuck in, also harvest both of these broken arrows, because we won't need them anymore. So we're turning them into 0.7 and 0.2. Yeah, so by harvesting them, they're half the weight. Nice thing is we're able to find the components to start making arrows. We to make the bow, we now have all the components also to make an arrow, with the exception of birch. Got a nice collection of torches, good collection of flares. We're actually doing suspiciously well right now. Even though I found a knife, should probably start getting my knife sharpening skill up. Then again, it is pitch black outside. So we're going to chow down on this candy bar. What is the lowest condition stuff? We'll eat these probably expired tin of sardines. Make sure we don't need any water. And we're going to take a nice long nap, because we are exhausted. We could probably get another storm blew in. We have survived for 2 days and 1 hour. And 1 minute. Go us. Shouldn't actually be this dark. Now the question marks have me worried. Oh wow. I totally went in the wrong direction there. We're just gonna stick our heads outside, see what the weather is like. It's probably ice fog, because I don't hear the wind. Yep, ice fog. Way too dangerous to go anywhere in this. Because the animals are still out, but not much we can do about it, because we won't see them coming. Oh, I saw the door. Where did the door go? Oh, I looked down. Oh, that was foolish. Okay, maybe another 2 hours, perhaps? Hopefully the sun burns off the fog. Oh good, the sun burnt off the fog. Okay, so I don't know why it's still so dark though. Why am I looking at the ceiling? Oh jeez. Okay, let's see here. Eat a candy bar. That should give us some energy for the day. Top up our water. And we shall play for another few minutes. Hopefully make it all the way to the homestead. We'll leave everything else behind because we really don't need it. There'll be plenty of reclaimed wood that we can harvest in the homestead. Oh, put the lantern away. I just want to keep a very close eye out on wolves. The easiest way to get to the homestead is straight across this field, but as you saw yesterday, there are wolves in this field. So if we see a wolf, we're going to turn tail. There's one right there. Or is that a hay bale? Nope, that's yellow. That's a hay bale. So we're going to very carefully, in fact, just in case, we'll get a torch out. See how quickly we can light it when our lives are at stake. Because truthfully, it's far safer to go back to the road to do this. If I was on the road, there should be... Do you see me? Nope. If I was on the road, there'd be 0% chance of running into a wolf. Okay, get my stamina back. I'm very glad I had a candy bar before coming out. I'm surprised that wolf didn't see me. Oh, there's another one. So, this was clearly a terrible idea. Remember to self, next time I say the road is safer but takes longer, take the longer route. Safety is a good thing. So there's 2 wolves there, but fortunately we were able to outrun / hide from both of them. Because again, no sense in having confrontation right now. Harvest some sticks while we're here. Oops, nope. Da, 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 da. Actually, ooh man, we're freezing cold. We gotta get inside soon. That wind is a killer. The bad thing is, if we come across a wolf right now, our torch will probably go out, so we're going to switch to one of our precious few flares, because flares are windproof. Survey the area. No immediate threats. We are freezing though. Like, really, really badly. But salvation is straight ahead in that house. Sweet. Oh, farmstead, not homestead. Gotta take a quick look in here to see if there's anything we can use. Bolster this flare because I almost accidentally lit it. We can loot the basement, but I think that's best left for another day. We just have to get inside. Wonderful, wonderful safety. You see, it's always that wind. Just coming in here. Outside of the wind, even with everything being busted open like that, we're already doing much, much better. Let's go inside our new home. Ah. Shack, sweet shack. So the first thing I'm going to do is wander into... I think I'm going to check the study on the off chance that there's a rifle in there. Books. Rifle cleaning kit, which we'll leave untouched. Already found one, no sense in picking up more if we don't need them. Make sure we have the right thing selected. Scrap metal, that's good. We'll use that to try to repair the lantern. Simple tools can stay. More books. So yeah, there is occasionally a rifle somewhere in this house, if you can find it. Big emphasis on if you can find it. So we'll check down here. We'll check the master. We'll check the master bedroom as well. Behind these cabinets. Nice thing is we got lots of cloth we can harvest. And we'll just check the bedrooms quickly to see if there's a rifle. Because we have lots of bullets. I would love to be able to start hunting. I think we already have gun socks. I know it's kind of a waste of fuel to be doing this, but I didn't feel like lighting torches and wandering around with torches. good. The nice coat on the bed, but we've already found a better one. Fortunately, no gun as yet. And nothing under the bed. Nothing beside the bed. Nothing over the bed. And nothing in this bedroom either. Okay. So I think that's enough for today. We'll do a proper looting some other time, but now this is an excellent spot to save the game and bid everyone good night. So thank you very much for watching me play. This has been Charlie for playing The Long Dark on Stalker. And I'll see you next week. Have a good night.